Listen, we have a great show lined up for you. I'm your host, Kim Jacobs, better known as the Balance Doctor. And all of our guests that come on, they're either people that have overcome some tremendous odds in their own lives as they balance this thing called life, or they're experts and they're here to share tips and strategies that will help you better balance and manage your life. Grab your virtual seats and let's get ready for some real relevant and relatable content on today's episode of the Kim Jacobs Show. Hello, everyone, and welcome to what we call Freestyle Friday right here on the Kim Jacobs Show. I am super excited to be with you with one of our Freestyle Friday experts, Dr. Jody Baer. She's our America's top health coach expert, and we are so happy to have you here with us today, Dr. Jody. How are you?
If I could be better, there would be 5 of me.
Okay.
But I'll settle for 3 of us because we are together. That is the triune number, and that is a perfect number. Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. We just Father, Daughter, Holy Spirit. How's that one?
That's right. No respecter of person around here. Let's keep it universal, right? So I am also equally honored to have with us today, Kathy Strauss. How are you today, Kathy? So glad you're here.
I am awesome today. I decided I was going to wear my funky glasses for you. So, see, I saw your funky glasses before, so we'll just compare it.
Okay, hold on a minute. I've got my contacts in, but I have a serious case of FOMO.
Oh.
Do I yank this effect out of people that are wearing
it? No, yes. I mean, it is. I love funky glasses because I'm an artist. So
oh my gosh! Now you're gonna make me start looking.
So now I put them back on. Now I'm gonna put on my computer glasses so I can actually see everybody.
That's funny, right?
There you go. That's it.
Listen, I am so glad. Again, we're here today talking with Dr. Jody Baer. We're talking with Kathy Strauss, and we're going to have a few other people joining us throughout the broadcast. But our topic today is how do we rise out of the ashes of things that we've had to overcome, trials, tribulations, to become who we are today. And guess what? The essence of a woman summarizes it in a nutshell. So you're going to be hearing from the visionary Dr. Jody Baer today. You're going to be hearing from Kathy Strauss, and they're going to be talking to you about this incredible new book that every single person should have. It's one thing to be an author, but it's another thing to know that you're a part of a book that is going to change the trajectory of people's lives. Dr. Jody, I want to yield the floor to you for a moment and give you the opportunity to talk about what inspired you to pin this project and to spearhead this anthology, The Essence of a Woman.
Well, thank you so much. And I can't think of a better woman, a better professional on planet Earth to really kick off our book launch going into the 29th of August than the Kim Jacobs. I think about how we met Kim. I remember being coached by Papa Les Brown, Dr. Les Brown, and I saw you on the stage, and I immediately said, I'm working with this woman. Do you realize that that's been 3 years ago? Kim, seriously. But that is the essence of a woman. And you see, my why in life, if you've done DISC, I'm a high I. If you've done the colors, I'm blue. I'm 98 blue. I just love to be around people. But my why is better way. And of course, after we launched Health-A-Pedia, which, I see this handsome young man back here. Let's with that.
Let me see if I can find a picture.
Oh, yeah. Give me a little shout out. Oh, to Ivan Jacobs. Yes. When we knew, and for those of you that don't know, this was really a vision of mine from a gold card back in 1984 that I found during COVID. It popped out when I was helping another client patient with their son was off the rails, being confined during quarantine. And it said, I will pen the Eastern medical version of the PDR. For those of you that don't know, the PDR is the red book that's the physician's desk reference. Now, I'm going to get to Kathy in a minute, but it's kind of a thick book.
It really is.
And how the name came about is my husband, the big bear, said, I said, do you think I can put something together on health? And he said, well, you're a walking encyclopedia of health.
See?
There you go. And that's how the name Health-A-Pedia was born. And so what I do know is this, is that if it's my why is better way, I'm going to start with Health-A-Pedia. We were international bestsellers in 3.5 hours, and it would have been quicker, but you see, the Amazon people thought we were AI, like artificial intelligence. My co-founder, my partner, my guru, my mentor, and my physician that brought me back through and to ultimate health from stage 4 melanoma, Dr. James Marinakis, said to me, does Amazon know the difference between artificial intelligence and artistic intelligence? Well, let me tell you, Kathy, Kim, you know this. Oh, this is kind of fun, the KK girls. So what I do know about this is after Health-A-Pedia was such a just a raving success, and yes, that was a year ago almost, the 23rd of September. And I'll get to giving that Kathy Strauss some shine in just a minute. She's going to glow like the sun. Okay. But the idea is this, Kim, that we did this book in the 6 pillars of health. You that have heard me on Freestyle Fridays, this has been my whole foundational practice: spiritual, mental, then emotional, physical, financial, and social. That's right. Absolutely everyone that was in this book, you know that we did. It wasn't just a book. We went on to do the symposium. Ivan Jacobs spoke. Oh, that handsome son. Got to meet Jeremiah Jacobs. They were the J&J twins. They were absolutely the hit down in Boca, because it's more than a book. It's a movement. Because when you take care of you in your world, in your health, that's right, because health is your wealth, the world around you will be empowered forever. What happened, as I said, better way, my why. Oh, but wait, like the Ginsu knife commercial, there's more.
There's more.
And the more is because I believe women come before men. I'm a traditionalist, and I have worked with probably 60% to 70% of my practice has been with women. And this side of glory, I've always been a woman. So let's do women. And Dr. Jim said we were going to do the power of a woman. But I said, you know, can I share a little secret with your audience, Kim?
Yes, I want you to. Let me pull Cynthia in too. Cynthia, I'm pulling
wonderful. She was able to get on with that phone. That's wonderful. Hey, Cynthia. So what I am saying is this is a situation where I said, we are going to have something that's going to be really meaningful, because a power of a woman, I don't want to be strong like a man. I want to be my essence. If you look at the tree of life, women draw in, not just in the sexual, the intimacy act, but we draw in healing. We draw in and make life inside of us. We draw in, but make no doubt about it. It is the tree of life with a woman. It's severity and mercy. As a single mom of 2 sons, when they were growing up as teenagers and they were 6'5" and 6'7", I used the severity thing, just getting on the table, and said, you know, I can still take you out. So there's that side of a woman. And what we've had, just like Kim, I'm so grateful with everything that you've got going on. I'm just going to come say, I am so grateful that we've had a next level of intimacy, talking about rising up from the ashes, looking at those scripture verses of what a phoenix truly is.
That's right.
And these 39 authors with us, you're going to hear from Tiffany Haddish. You're going to see the acclaimed actress, comedian, Dr. Khalilah Camacho-Ali. Yes, we did license, didn't we, Kathy? She's got the longest chapter ever. I don't care. It's a story how she put her man together after they took everything away from him. Tiffany Haddish was in foster care, and they were ready to put her in juvie. You know what she said? That social worker, because there's always one woman in your life. Ladies and gentlemen, think about that one woman in your life. And she said, if I can make foster kids laugh, I can make anybody laugh.
That's right.
Change her life around. And then not only, and you see this globe, and then I'll yield the mic for you because I could go on like forever. But it's that one woman. I want to honor Dr. Nefertina Serrano, but I want to honor you, Kim. See, it always comes back to that woman. You said to me during the Health-A-Pedia project, you got to get to know Dr. Nefertina. Come on, Kim. We had a conversation over my complete rejuvenation of an air conditioner at Pep Boys. It was 90 minutes. And they said, were you talking to your sister at Pep Boys in Eustis, Florida? I said, I think I was.
Yes.
Guess what? It was that same essence of a woman connection that we had. And Dr. Nefertina led me to the Royal Highness Princess Dr. Moradeun Ogunlana. She is like a real life princess.
For real. Your Royal Highness is
like the 15th century, like Royal Highness, UN ambassador from Nigeria. And you see this globe, Kim? Who knew that a little girl from Montana came to Atlanta, made Florida her home, and married the big bear? And I have had a life so rare. What happened in this was, I'm thinking, we've got Nigeria. Let me see what other countries are going to come up in this. And our book is now 11 countries strong. Who knew? You always say, our Heavenly Father knew. Thank you. Thank you for this opportunity, Kim Jacobs.
Well, thank you, Dr. Jody Bear. And listen, I'm over here. I actually tagged Tiffany Haddish just now. That's why you see me looking down. I'm over here tagging, doing the most. But I really like to give honor where honor is due. And anytime we have the essence of a woman, the visionary, right here on the screen with us, Dr. Jody Bear, we don't take that lightly or for granted, because you don't know the level of effort that it takes for someone to put together a project of this magnitude with 39 authors. And that's what 40 authors, because the visionary also wrote a chapter herself. So here we have 40 authors. That's 40 different personalities, 40 different thoughts, people you got to wrangle together that are already superstars in their own right. That's why you're even interested in having them be there. But so you have to have a certain kind of spirit about you to be able to work with other leaders. So I just want to give your flowers to you, Dr. Jody Bear, while you are right here to say thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. And I want to say, going ahead and thinking about effort, what you're experiencing here, Kim, with our crew is they're called Essence Ambassadors. It was Dr. Nefertina when we're having I feel like y'all just know on Freestyle Friday, just know about Hurricane Ian, know about my mold, this, that, and the other. And Dr. Nefertina came to my rescue. She says, Jody, you need some help. This was with the Health-A-Pedia project. That's what women do. We're like paper dolls. We just absolutely connect together. Yeah. And I'm going to say this because you're going to listen to this broadcast, but when you go to the essenceofawomanbook.com, the major proceeds of this book, the profits, go to 3 charities. These 3 charities are for human trafficking with Illuminate, Dr. Khalilah Camacho-Ali Foundation to feed the homeless in Miami, actually in Liberty City, where Dr. Les Brown was born. And then also to the African Women's Health Project International that take women from poverty and give them substance. So that is so important to me. And I can't say which celebrity, but we're going to be partnering, because then there's the next level of marketing. We're not going anywhere. And you know why that is? Because these Essence of a Women said to me, Jody, I need your help. And I'm going to give an example, and I'm not giving away the book because you got to buy the book, because they're going to feed the homeless, human trafficking, and women throughout the world. But I'm telling you, this is something that's very, very dear to my heart. Women, we're social creatures. You ever seen a man at a social gathering? He's got to go to the restroom. He just leaves. A woman, oh, no. A woman makes an announcement, says, I've got to go to the restroom. Just
pardon me.
Need to go with me. Kim, is that not the truth? Kathy, Cynthia, absolutely. And all of a sudden we have a social event with a physical necessity in the restroom.
Right.
That is exactly the essence of a woman. And
That's
the
right.
essence of a woman is that spirit, whether you've had children or not. And Kim,
Mhm.
your eWomen's Network, and you talk about your women's project. You
Yeah.
really got into this in those extra chapters. We have one called Legacy Lady. There's always a woman that goes before you and after you.
Yeah.
High heel moment when you felt like you were invincible. But see, these women, two of which are represented on the screen. And I'm going to give my flowers to Kathy Strauss. You see this? You see this cover? This was Kathy Strauss' visionary. When you say she's a visionary, okay, along with Cole Matheson, who was behind her, but this is the creationaire in Kathy Strauss. She created this book cover first thing out. First thing out, it was one and done.
Beautiful.
And she has a vision. She has, and how Kathy and I met when we were in another anthology, Ignite Your Faith. And I will tell you, we read each other's stories to each other and we connected. Kathy, how big did we connect? Like big, like big, like big. And it's never left. That is the essence of a woman. She has done the graphics for this book along with Anna McKee. I always pick up a few along the way, right?
Right.
Got to go to the restroom with me. We pick up a few along the way. Then you go ahead and it's effort. And Kathy Strauss, I even called her my sister's name, Kathleen. I called her Kath the other day. She's family. And I will say the way she's laid the book out, the graphic design, the creation, and the Ginsu knife commercial. But wait, there's more. She is a professional photographer in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. If you get your picture made, there are some photos in there of the book in our book that she has done with.
What in the world? I didn't even know all of that, Kathy. So let's take a moment. And first of all, I put over in the comments section, what is the essence of a woman to you? In the studio audience, make sure you take a moment and answer that question, and we'll pop your answer up as well throughout the broadcast. What does it mean? The essence of a woman, any woman that you know, any woman that's made an impact in your life, even if you as a woman just want to say what your essence is that you bring to the universe, please make sure you type it in the comment section. Kathy, oh, I see you said to birth something better. That is a beautiful answer, beautiful answer. And we are going to hear from you, Kathy, for a moment. And I see all of you that's tuning in, and I will continue to acknowledge you all. But Kathy, I just wanted to, Kathy, if I'm not mistaken, you are an intuitive, a coach, a graphic designer, a professional photographer. And I am so glad that you're here today. And I'm also glad that Cynthia Hamill Knight, am I saying it right? All right, that she is, you were stuck on an airplane heading to Hawaii. So I just want to make sure that we're very grateful that you are here with us today. So let's hear from you, Kathy, for a moment, please.
But before you do that, Kim, think about it. It is like 4:30 in the morning. Effort. She's here. You talk about effort. I would have to juggle like 55 balls of what you've done, Kathy, with this book. Effort is really the essence of a woman. I just had to throw that in.
That's real good.
For making that happen.
That speaks to the heart of women that I know anyway. And that's why it's important to know who we're surrounding ourselves with. Because if you have similar like-minded spirits, then it makes it an easier journey for you to go on to be able to understand the plight of your sister, if that makes sense. Kathy, talk.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you. What is the essence of a woman? The first thing that comes to mind immediately right now is multitasker. I mean, you have to be an expert in multitasking because, if when my younger days, I had children, and my one daughter, and being able to juggle the full-time job, my job itself, I was at the time was freelancing as a graphic designer as well as working full-time, and the marriage and raising children, et cetera. You have to do all of that stuff, but still be able to keep yourself. And
That's
that's
right.
kind of, and I Jody is said, "Oh, I'm a perfect creationaire," and a creationaire is I'm actually a creative connector. I connect art, photography, and words to help people tell their story and keep their story, and so people will be able to remember it for a lifetime. And
Good.
it's which is very interesting, because I've had this conversation with my dad, and I will give him a shout out because in 1 week he will be 99 years old. And he is, and actually little props too, his partner is in the book, and she's 100 years old. God bless her, an award-winning poet. So but it is the story. So my dad right now, while he is home recuperating from getting his strength back with stuff, he's actually doing the genealogy of our family, and he's going, well, who's going to want to do all of this stuff? And I'm going,
Right.
just keep doing it, because that story will help us be able to translate. And it's not just personal stuff. It
Okay.
is the, oh goodness, it's business stuff as well, because
Mhm.
that was my background is a graphic designer in branding and marketing. There's always messages, so each one of us has our own business that we have done something with. So Kim, you were the balance doctor. This is who you are. You were telling stories. Cynthia, you help people feel good about themselves. This is what you portray. Jody, you portray nothing but health and taking care of yourself as well as others. I mean, props to you. You have helped me shed weight and start to feel better about myself after the
Yeah.
loss of my husband back in 22. I can go on about the power of creativity and the
Mm.
power of connection of women, because I did not have the connection with women, or I'm going to say the connection, that is what saved me while I
Mm.
was in the middle of caregiving. So, and I noticed, the things other people are starting to do the same thing. If you have that connection, and that is what women do, we connect. If we have that connection, then we are able to move forward, and we're stronger together than we are separate.
I'm really glad. I'm really glad that you said that power of connection and how necessary that is, and how technically it's almost saved your life during a very trying time for you. Because sometimes when we're on an island by ourselves, we could really just go way south because we don't have anybody to balance things out and say, okay, am I on the right track? Am I really am on an island by myself? Can you help get me off the deep
Yep.
end over here? And so I'm grateful that you shared that perspective.
Yep.
And so in your difficult moments and time of bereavement, how 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 did you come to the realization that this is making a difference for me? Because sometimes people don't recognize that they need the help. So what was it for you,
So
Kathy?
it was actually, I'm going to go back to 2010, and when everything started, and I'm being told, don't tell anybody what's going on, and I'm going,
Mm.
come on, somebody needs to know besides family. And I literally got on social media
Mm.
going, I'm sitting in the hospital room, believe it or not, designing a logo for a local chamber of commerce while he is laying there in bed, but I am still doing my creativity. I have client work. I've got to continue to do the business and to continue to work and do all of this stuff. And sure enough, the minute I got on to Facebook, and I mean, it was prevalent, but not as prevalent back in 2010. And I had more people chime in. And actually, I got resources that I didn't have.
Mm.
Okay. And I made me both, my husband and I were very active in the Chamber of Commerce.
Mm.
And we had people, we knew people, and we knew people from our work and our business and our clients, but not to the personal stuff. So it not only was my creativity that got me through everything, but it was the social media and it was the stories. And it was these stories that actually helped me keep things straight, because unfortunately they misdiagnosed him, and it was, he unfortunately almost passed. But because I stepped in with the help of the stories and the support, everybody was able, I got the resources, which in turn helped him get through. Now, fast forward to all of this stuff, I ended up falling down the rabbit hole, finding my artist within again, even though I was working as an artist,
Right.
really got back to my roots, found that creativity really helped save me. And my I was, it was dubbed that I became a nicer person after I painted for a while. And not just painting a wall, I'm talking slapping paint on a canvas. So
Right.
and and that's kind of what it was like. That was a running joke. But the hospital realized what they had done, or several of the hospitals realized that with everything that had happened. And I became very involved with the patient and family advisory council for that particular, the original hospital, because they were like, and they realized, wait a minute, story, creativity, and becoming your own patient advocate as
That's
well as your family's patient advocate. And don't discount friends being patient advocates along with you.
That's right.
It's the power of that. It's that power of connection.
That's good. Thank you for taking the time to answer that question. And I'm really glad. I see a lot of comments that's come in saying what the essence of a woman is to you. And I do want to make sure, Mackenzie, pop a couple of those up backstage, if you would, for me, and make sure we acknowledge them as well.
I would say, Kim,
Yeah.
the essence of the woman is strutting your stuff. Look at that statue behind you with those pearls, that gown, and that flower which you got back there, because I said that high heel moment. A woman is pink pumps and perfume. Isn't it true? Yes.
Yeah.
And a little, and sometimes a few pearls along the way.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Dennis Spraggan said a rebirth is what he feels the essence of a woman is. And that's good to hear from a male's perspective, that when he thinks of the essence of a woman, he thinks of a rebirthing, coming back into yourself type of thing. That's awesome. What else? Let's see who else said something. All right. I see Laura said it's their true self. Their true self.
Laura Barra is from Mexico. She lives in South Carolina. So she's become a Southern girl from Mexico. But she is writing. We will have the Health-A-Pedia book, Kim, out in Spanish, fourth quarter of 2024. Yes, our original book.
That is awesome.
Hey, Laura.
Girls. Hey, y'all. Hey, Laura. Listen, we are talking with some of the authors from The Essence of a Woman, How to Unleash Your Feminine Soul. Tiffany Haddish is in here. Dr. Khalilah Ali is in here, and Princess Moradeun, as well as Kathy and Cynthia and Dr. Jody Bear and Kim Jacobs. I'm in there too. Okay. So I would love for us to yield the floor to you just to hear from your perspective, Cynthia. What is the essence of a woman to you?
The essence of a woman to me is somebody who is self-empowered. My title for this book is Self-Esteem, The Road to Self-Empowerment. And I feel that's so important that we all learn ourselves, that we all learn how to be self-empowered, that we develop our self-esteem. And whatever it takes to get there, that's what you need to do. We are whole, we are sovereign, and we all need to be there in our hearts and in our souls. And when we're empowered and when we have self-esteem, we can give to the rest of the world.
Yes. Yes. Look at you, Cynthia. So that empowerment, how do you get to the place where you can feel empowered? Because sometimes, again, people are walking in darkness, so they don't even they don't know how to see the light at the end of the tunnel. What advice would you give?
I would say to tap into your spiritual being, however that is that you connect, whatever you want to call that higher power, you connect to that and you meditate and you feel what you need to do to make yourself be the best you that you can be. I think as women, sometimes we are taken down by what the rest of the world may feel or think. And we take to heart things that other people may say. And I think we have to learn that we are okay with who we are. Every time you look in that mirror, you need to say, I love you to yourself.
Yes.
And that will give you the empowerment that you need to be able to love the world.
That was beautiful, Cynthia. And I'll tell you something. I just got to say, the essence of a woman is taking the effort. 4:45 in the morning. Kathy, does she have a good looking face on for 4:45 in the morning? Come on. Can I get a witness? But it's that effort. And you went outside your comfort zone, wrote in Health-A-Pedia, and my golly, what happened? You rebirthed something inside of you,
Yes.
being an author, and you ain't stopping.
No, I'm not stopping. I'm continuing on.
You know what, too, Cynthia? The thing that I think I really admire is that because for me, I can only speak for me personally. Let me put it in this fat format here. I actually, when I think of a woman, a lot of times people look at the exterior and just what is the outward appearance, but we make up so much more than that. So yes, people may be physically attracted to you initially, just that's what they see. And they're like, oh, I like her smile. I like her eyes. I like her body part, whatever it is that attracts a person, right? But at the end of the day, really, it needs to be the heart of the matter. Yes. And that matters when you're talking about the essence of a woman. And so I just wanted any of you all just to say anything about the heart of a person versus just the beautiful out exterior.
I love what Barbie Layton, and I know she's going to be on your multiple best-selling authors. She's been on the Billboard at New York, Times Square, the whole 9 yards. Her title of her chapters, Rock What Your Mama Gave You.
Just right.
Oh, that's what your mama gave you. And Kim, just like Health-A-Pedia, this is where everybody thinks they've got the new, the little twist. But what we have here, we have stories. Everyone has gone through. Cynthia, you said this. It was a dark night of the soul, Kathy, when you were going through with JC. Come on, JC. I mean, and I think I call him JC sometimes because it's like the savior. But he was a savior to do GC. But the idea is that dark night of the soul. How do you get through? Because we don't stay there. And what we have as Leilani Alesh, who's from the UK, and what she has entitled her chapter starts Indomitable Joy, because you have joy after despair.
Yes.
And that dark night of the soul, that shero's journey, as Dr. Golda Joseph talks about it, that shero's journey. Y'all, we have 7 abortions, 3 divorces, domestic violence, you name it, rape, incest, foster care, near-death experiences. Shall I go on? Shall I hear a witness? I mean, these are the deep stories that we have in there. But guess what? Each of these women found a way through their shero's journey to go from despair to this indomitable joy. But then, just like Health-A-Pedia, there are 300 this time, because better way, got to have more. There are 360 action steps in Health-A-Pedia, the foundations of health, which is the 1.0. 2.0 says we have 366, just in case we need one for leap year. Those absolutely wonderful action steps. You can do one a day and be a better woman. So I'm going to say, buy the book for you, because you will be blessed Dr. Glenn Depke. I call him the happy hormone doctor. Kim, you got to get him on the show for real.
Anybody that you say is going to be on the show is a given, just so you know. Okay, so if he's not on the show, it's not because I don't want him on the show.
Exactly. Happy hormone doctor for 2 decades. What he talks about in his chapter, there are 2 symptoms of menopause. You can't conceive and you don't have a period. Everything else is a lie. Now, would y'all have liked to know that, ladies? Like when you went,
yeah.
hello.
I
And yeah, even now. But that's what I'm saying is that these nuggets are in there. Then buy the book for your family sister and then your BFS sister, because what we are doing, giving this to charity, and then we have another charity we're aligning on distribution that is going to feed children meals in schools for less than $1 a day. You buy this book for $30, you're going to feed a child for a month. What you say about that?
I think that is just admirable. And I think, again, it goes back and speaks volumes to who you are as the visionary, because you're always thinking of ways to give back to some less fortunate situation. And so every project that I've ever heard you spearhead, some kind of way it benefits someone or some organization that is in a situation that they would have never even possibly been exposed at that level, but you use your platform to do that. So again, thank you, Dr. Jody Baer.
And thank you, Dr. Balanced Dr. Kim Jacobs, because as I say, we're mirrors of the soul to each other. If you spot it, you got it. Gabe's Foundation, come on. I mean, the Beating Heart Foundation, and you talk, I'm going to flip the switch. Cynthia, Kathy, should I flip the switch to Kim? Do I have your permission?
Oh,
with
yes.
everything you're doing with eWomen's Network, you speak like all over 5 children, you name it. I can't keep up with you. Why did you say yes to being in the book? And I'm so grateful.
I said yes to being in the book because you asked. Number one, you're the person that I trust and I feel connected to and I love. And so when you asked me about being one of the authors, I wanted to understand more of what was behind the scenes pertaining to the book. And so you and I had a few meetings. We went through some scriptures because to me, it was very important that I wanted to still be scripture based and based on some of my belief systems. I wanted to make sure there wasn't any kind of special conflicts of interest or anything. And after hearing everything that you shared in your leadership, sharing scriptures with me, I was honored and am honored to be a part of this project. And I think that we all rise from the ashes. Life tries to push us down and bury us. But guess what? We rise, and still I rise, no matter what, because God's got me. So that's why I chose to be in this book, because I know that I'm an example of a woman that can rise up from the ashes and teach other people how to do it too, not be burdened down by our circumstances.
You weren't supposed to be able to have children.
Oh,
and then
that's my title.
Yeah, give me 5. You were, and that in and of itself is so inspiring. And your quote of say, use every gift that God has given you to salt the earth. I just think that every time you get on your TV show, I think you have I'm going to use my coffee cup as an example. I just think you use it like a salt shaker to, like Himalayan sea salt. Use the pink one. Himalayan sea salt to salt the earth. That's what you do, Kim, with your gift.
Thank you. Thank you. And my title chapter is Who Knew?
Yes.
God knew. That's what my title chapter is. So when you're reading The Essence of a Woman, make sure you check that title out as well. Okay, so let's keep things moving. We're going to do this. And instead of just taking a traditional commercial break, I want to go to some of the promo videos of these exquisite women. Let me read this backdrop from the people that brought you Health-A-Pedia, putting the pieces together of foundational health unveils the essence of a woman. Unleash the feminine soul. A global movement is what this is, representing women from 11 countries: Great Britain, United States, Mexico, Colombia, Panama, Belize, Australia, Croatia, Germany, and the Philippines, just to name some of them. But these women focus on the 6 pillars of foundational health: spiritual, mental, emotional, physical, financial, and social. And the features, some of the features outside of these extraordinary everyday heroes that are featured, are actress comedian Tiffany Haddish, Dr. Khalilah Camacho-Ali, former wife of Muhammed Ali, and HRH, which is Your Royal Highness Princess Dr. Moradeun. Am I saying that right?
Moradeun, yes.
Moradeun Ogunlana. I don't want to say anything wrong. So Dr. Moradeun. Okay, and she's the U.S. ambassador for Nigeria. So we're going to take a look at a couple of their promo videos so you can get a flavor of this book that you're going to be purchasing. So Mackenzie, go ahead and play the first one now.
Her Royal Highness Princess Dr. Moradeun Ogunlana. I want her lashes. What do you think, girls?
She is royal, okay? She like, I'm not playing no games. Y'all, I can tell you right now, if I'm a princess, I'm gonna show you what time it is to be a princess, right?
And she is so humble. Can I just say where we Women Essence authors are going to be January 29th and 30th, 2025. Princess Moradeun has invited us to the UN for a 2-day book signing.
Awesome.
Now,
that's epic. Okay.
Epic. Mark your calendars. We be there.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And when she hosts you, it's a whole royal experience. Oh, did I see somebody else backstage? Okay. Okay. I thought I saw it. Yeah, I do see somebody else backstage. Before we go to the next video, because I do know that this person is working, so I want to pull her in. I don't see your camera though, so I'll wait till I see your camera because it's like something is blocking your screen back there. And I know you don't want me to pull you on because this woman is a high profile individual, so she not want me to pull her on until I can see her camera showing. So okay, there you go. Okay. Wait a minute, not yet. Anyway, so there we are. You know what, before we pull the person in, we're going to go to the next video, Dr. Khalilah Ali, Women's Essence Representation. So let's listen to that video. You can play that, Mackenzie. Dr.
Former wife of Muhammad Ali. Academy Award-winning actress. Author. Motivational speaker. Aviator and filmmaker. Humanitarian. Martial arts 3rd degree black belt. Dr. Khalilah Camacho-Ali, our anchor author for The Essence of a Woman.
Yes, okay. So that is Dr. Khalilah. What does that mean for you, Dr. Jody Baer, to have her be a part of this initiative?
There's no coincidences, only things that we bring into our life as creator incidences. through someone that I was serving. Y'all know about the mold situation. I was so not feeling good at this time last year.
Right.
No joke about it. But I made a commitment. I made the effort. And I'm going to get back to the acrostic for Essence, but made the effort, just like I know that our other two Essence ambassadors are making the effort today. A good friend of mine, Blanca Purper. Now, do y'all know I live in Florida? I don't live in Southern Florida. I had to find a dress that could actually fit because of this mold situation. And I'm not big, okay? I found a that fit. I said, I'm going down and making the effort to be when Blanca Purper made full partner with her law firm. Now, Blanca's in her early 50s, but I've never gone to something in the middle of the day, Sunday, with a disco ball and techno music. Cynthia is a musician. We don't do techno music, not being opera singers, okay? And I'm going, oh, this is going to be a long day, okay? And I saw there's a beautiful woman, and she had that orange turban on. I'm going, oh, I like her. So I went up to her, the power of one, making the effort. And I said, are we the two best looking women over 40 in this room? And I said, I'm Dr. Jody Bear. And she said, I'm Dr. Khalilah Ali. And I said, like, Ali for real? And she said, would you like an autograph picture? And we connected just like I connected with Dr. Nefertina, just like my dearest sister in all the world, even if I had 10 of them. Kathleen Heller introduced me to Cynthia, just like Kathy. Like it's that connection. And it made me through a man like Renee Brown, Manny Lopez. Khalilah and I sat there and talked for 3 hours. I said, we're going to do something together. I don't know what it is, but you know where we're going in October. We're going to Dubai and Qatar, taking our book, The Essence of the Woman, there to make it a global experience. You know why? Because she asked me and I got a passport. But you see, as you know this, being like bosom buddies, your mentor, Les Brown, you know how people that are like real celebrity royalty, everybody wants a piece of them.
That's right.
And this is what I know the essence of a woman means to me, is to be a servant leader. Les says that, to how we can be a absolute community of like-minded.
That's right.
Just servant-driven leaderships. And I said, Khalilah, I'm telling you, I don't want a piece of you. I just want to hang on to your garment because I want to serve you in a way that maybe I don't even know yet. And that I said that to her that day. Well, I didn't know, but you know what? Our Heavenly Father knew.
That's right.
And what her chapter is about, because Kathy, it is a long story now, isn't it, dear? Yes, because nobody knows that piece, and everybody knows that famous poem that then Cassius Clay said before he took Sonny Liston out. Little teenager Khalilah wrote that, and that poem she wrote on a paper bag, and it was on CBS News about the total eclipse of the Sonny Liston poem. and then I knew that the reason, because of her faith. See, her solo book is highly acclaimed, Undefeated, My Story of Faith and Forgiveness, because they reconciled at the end of his life. Right. That's a big part of the essence of a woman. I just got chill bumps ×2. And you see, because they married, he converted to being a Muslim. They took his belt away. Why? Because he was a conscientious objector. But everybody knows, oh, he was a draft dodger. Oh, no. That story is going to come out in The Essence of a Woman, because he loved his country, but he loved his faith more. And just like a woman supports her man, just Kathy talked about having GC in the hospital. I know you did the same thing for your husband. Cynthia, what did she do? Khalilah had one daughter, and then she had twins. She said, I'm a 9th degree black belt. I was out of shape. And I said, they're going to expect you're going to be fat and flabby, and I'm going to keep you in shape. Guess who became Muhammad Ali's trainer? His wife, Khalilah Ali. Now that is a story.
Y'all, you're going to have to get the book so that you can hear the true story right from the person herself telling you her version. You don't even have to wait for it to come out on a movie. You're going to read it in The Essence of a Woman, Unleash the Feminine Soul. This all could be a movie, by the way, Dr. Jody. Now remember, I said it first here on the Kim J.
Yes, and I just do believe that Kim Jacobs is going to be in the movie. Yes, we're going to do that.
No, I'm just saying, I said it
Yes.
first on the show that it could be a movie, all of these different narratives. Okay,
Yes.
let's bring in for a moment Dr. Nefertina Serrano, who's here with us today, too. I know you're on break for a minute, so go ahead and talk to us, Dr. Nefertina, and tell us why you're a part of the Essence of a Woman.
Hello, beautiful women, and greetings to everyone watching today. Yes, Essence of a Woman. How could I not be a part of this book? First of all, you have the amazing visionary herself, Dr. Jody Bear. And I just want to say thank you so much. It is a privilege and an honor to be a part of this book. You know, the essence of a woman, being a woman, having grown up, you know, in this world that we live in today, and understanding that there are so many challenges for each and every one of us, but understanding that, you know, our story matters and our story can make an impact on others. And so, you know, this is one of the reasons why I wanted to be a part of this book, because I want to continue to be able to make impact by sharing real situations and understanding that we can get through this process called life together. And when we do it together, we're better. So that's my reason.
Well, I'm so glad that you became a part of this project, and it's so much better just because you're in it. That's for sure.
Amen.
Anybody have anything to say to Dr. Serrano before she hops up? Because I know she has to go back. But anybody?
I have loved you over air conditioning, and I love you still, because it's that connection, it's that effort. And I'm going to say that while Dr. Nefertina is around here, I just like to give my acrostic. You know how I do these. What does essence stand for? It's effort. Nefertina, you made the effort. Cynthia, it's like Oh Dark 30, going on and on. Effort with simplicity, being soulful in connection. We are notorious now, aren't we? And in that piece, we are community with empowerment. That's what essence stands for me.
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Well, you definitely stay on as long as you can. And when we see you pop off, we know that you had to pop off. But I do want to give Kathy, if you have something else you would like to just say. I know that we've been talking a lot about these individuals that are a part of the anthology, but I really want to make sure while you both are here, you and Cynthia, that you get a chance to say some more things that's on your heart.
Well, thank you. Actually, what I'd love to share is the title of my chapter in the book, which is The Transformative Power of Creativity. I mean, creativity, I've spoken about it and I love sharing about it, is that creativity is your superpower. And my power quote is that in the canvas of life, creativity serves as the brushstroke of healing. So I spoke earlier about how I fell down the rabbit hole and became a creative coach, going back to the basics of creativity. And basically, my teachings now and sharing with everybody is that you are the artist of your life.
That's right.
Doesn't matter what you do. I mean, there are consequences. If you do this, something will happen as a result of this. When I had met Dr. Jody, all of a sudden now I'm part of this because I said yes to our Ignite Your Faith publisher. I met Jody, but I also knew now that I went back and followed what I had been told for years, going, you need to take everything that you have learned and what you have shared and write this and write your book. So hopefully by the end of this year, the early 2025, I'm working on my solo book called Kaleidoscope, Redesigning Your Life.
I love that. Kaleidoscope, that goes right in hand with.
Yep, right about it. And what am I holding here? A kaleidoscope. There you go. It's a little kid's one, but it just reminds me that I need to work on my chapters and finish the book, but it's basically, it's tapping into your inner artist for healing. And it's just basically will walk people through how to use the design principles to actually promote healing and calmness and learning to think outside the box. And that's what creativity is.
Well, thank you. I'm so glad you shared that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to give people a chance to hear something else that may be on your heart as we're starting to near the end of the show.
Well, so I come from, as Jody was talking about, the discipline of music. The first chapter I wrote was about and leads from Kathy into what I feel helps to heal, which is music. Music is a healer. And we all need to listen with our hearts so that we can heal from music. That having been said, the other part of what I do is more helping women develop their own self-esteem and become more comfortable in themselves, whether they be those that are transforming because they're in the wrong body, and so they now are becoming women, and so I help them to do that, or with women who are menopausal and have developed unwanted hair, so I help them get rid of that, or PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome, which are those women who maybe cannot conceive or are having a difficulty and they're young and all of a sudden they have a beard. And so I help them get rid of that. And I also help them with the aesthetics. I'm also an esthetician and a permanent makeup artist. So I've done all of those along with bringing in my knowledge, verbs, and vitamins, which I also started at 15. So
someone asked the question, how do you help someone become a woman?
It's a process, but when they come to me, I have to do pre-surgical work so that I can remove all of the hair from an area, such as the groin, so that they can go in and change the structure of the being so that they may turn from a male to a female, which in essence, when they come into me, that energy is already feminine. As we're talking about self-esteem and as we're talking about the essence of a woman, when they come into me, they are already in the essence of a woman. And they're putting in that effort to become a part of the body that they have been since they were born.
So let me say this too, because whenever we're here on the show, all of us have different views and things. And so I allow for whatever your own viewpoint is. But the views that are expressed here on the KimJacobs Show do not always reflect that of the show or me as an individual, CTR Media Network, or Gabe's Heart Foundation, and Mother Dreamer Movement. I always have to put that disclaimer there, because do not call or text me and say, Kim, I can't believe, look, how about this? Work out your own soul salvation with fear and trembling. And that's all I tell you. Everybody do that and go about your business and let God be God. God is God. I'm not God. How about it? I'm not God. But I know I love God. That's all I know. And I know that God is love and he loves people, period. All right. So let's go ahead and I think thank you for your question. I appreciate your question as well in the studio audience. I want to play this last video that we didn't get to play yet of Tiffany Haddish. Can we play her for a moment? I would love to see this. Let's see what she has to say. She's in the book too.
Slow it down, you're dangerous. Pull me in, I've had enough. Love me back, I'm generous. I'm generous, I'm generous. Slow it down, you're dangerous. Pull me in, I've had enough. Love me back, I'm generous. I'm generous.
And I
All
tell
right.
you what,
That
Kim,
made you go like this, right?
oh yeah. But you really got to go like this. There are no coincidences because I've got to own it. I gave you the previous video because you look up on YouTube. She's got 1 million views. She came out with Woman Up. She came out with the video Woman Up with 1 million views in a week. And the real video just got approved by her agent. And that came out in May. Now, Dr. Jim and I had been working with her, mostly Dr. Jim. And then she said yes to the book 2 weeks after. Nefertina, is this like a Pep Boys moment that we go ahead and she's doing the video and she said, this is a way that we can bring this out. She is ready. She is ready. And I want to have one go around before we end up that this is going to be on Amazon, of course. But this book will be in Gardner's, bookstores, Waterstones, in all of the EU. We're in Barnes and Noble, and we're working on Walmart, Costco, and Home Depot. Why not Health-A-Pedia be the chicken soup for the soul book in women's health? But I wanted to just share this poem that I wrote 20 years ago. And it's so, these women I'm looking in front of you, that I love you ladies with my whole heart. You are my sisters, because that effort, just one woman can make a difference when she believes in her creator given powers and makes the effort to use them. Within each woman is the desire to give joy to others, to live her dreams, and to love with all of her heart. This kind of power kindles hope, inspires faith, and keeps the spirit alive within all of us. And you ladies are my heart. You are that spirit.
We love you, Dr. Jody Bear. And see, that's why people can't say no to you like talking about it. When you lay all of that kind of love on somebody, it's like, what? I would be crazy not to join forces with Dr. Jody Bear. All right. Listen, I have to before I close out, I definitely want to give you all a way to know how to contribute to the Kim Jacobs Show, because this program is on Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we bring you balance to this world through programming like this, where we're partnering with the Essence of a Woman and these visionaries and these anthology beautiful queens. So make sure you pour into the broadcast. Any amount is greatly appreciated. It's the only way the program thrives. You can do it through Cash App, PayPal. Cash App is $ Kim Jacobs Inc. for the audio podcast listeners. PayPal is paypal.me/Kim Jacobs Inc. And then you also have Venmo at the Kim Jacobs Show, or even Zelle 704-962-7161. And we do have some membership programs as well for you all. I do have a friend that today also released her book, and it's called Let It Go. And I wanted to make sure that we just take a moment. I'll play it, Mackenzie, real briefly. And she launched it today, so I want to share.
Hi, this is your friend Shirley Patterson, and I am here to share some exciting news with you. Get ready for my book release on how to free yourself from toxic relationships, as I share with you my journey on how I was able to let it go and take back my power. And you can too. This book will show you how. Stay tuned.
All right. And there's no competition. There's no competition.
She'll be in the second. She'll be in the second edition. She's author 41.
Oh, I'm going to tell her that. You know why? Because she's talking about just let it go. All of the past issues and past traumatic things that's trying to hold you back. Make a conscious decision to let it go.
Wow.
And if you're a real woman with a woman of essence, there's no competition. I don't compete with anybody else. I believe in that theory that flowers, just let other flowers bloom. So we all can bloom. We all can bloom, you know? That's so important to me. All right. How do people get a copy of this book? This is the last thing, and we're going to close out. How do people get a copy of the book?
The essenceofawomanbook.com. You can go to drjodee.com, order it here, be a sponsor, make sure I put it in the chat. We will be doing our Essence of a Woman Symposium in LA, February 18th to 22nd. And all three, did I say all three A-listers going to be there? When have you ever been with a filmmaker and everything woman like Khalilah, an actress and comedian, and a real life princess? It's just begun. As Dr. Nefertina says, we've just begun to scratch the scratch, y'all. We be scratching with until, if there are 3.9 billion women in the world, this represents all 5 races. Let's come together as those paper dolls and really be the hope and change to heal humanity, and do it one effort, one connection at a time.
All right. Thank you all so much. Any closing comment? Kathy, Dr. Nefertina, Cynthia, anybody want to say one closing comment? We can get ready to get off of here.
No,
Just thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes,
I'm
absolutely.
very honored and blessed.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. This has been amazing. Thank you for having us, Kim. You know, we love you. And thank you, Dr. Jody Beer, for your vision. This is going to be an awesome book, and I'm glad to be a part of the journey.
Thank you. And I see all of your comments in the studio audience. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We absolutely love you all. Thank you for your participation. And we'll see you Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on the Kim Jacobs Show. Thank you, Mackenzie, backstage. Thank you, Cassandra. Love you all. Everybody, Dr. Jody, you're amazing, you guys. I love you guys. Take it away, Mackenzie. Have a great one. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of the Kim Jacobs Show and for being in the virtual studio audience. Your presence truly does make a difference, and I look forward to you bringing your friends and family to join you in the virtual studio audience Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I look forward to seeing you and make it a great day.